Hello, the listener. This is M. Solomon Enterprise. We are back again with electrical lessons. And in this lesson, we will be doing trace and locate. Right. So from trace and locate, you'll be given a sketch from a paper. And also, you'll be testing from your panel. And also, you'll be given a board next to the panel in which there has stats and numbers. So these stats are the ones that correspond with the sketch and also the connection from the panel. Right, so this is how you will do your trace and locate. So you'll test your wires from where it starts and where it ends, and where if the wire from where it starts and where it ends, it doesn't beep, it simply means that wire is absent. And when it's absent, you have to trace it where it is absent, and then you have to place it to be present. Right. So from your trace and locate, you'll be using a multimeter. Here's my multimeter. But from your scale, you'll put it in continuity test. So we will draw the symbol of continuity test. So that's the symbol of continuity test. Right, it will have this symbol and also this symbol. So this symbol shows that it has to beep. There will be a sound when you test your wires. When your wire is present from where it starts to where it ends, that's when it will beep. Right. So from your panel, from your panel, from your supply voltage, your voltage from where it comes from the distribution box, from where it comes from, the power will be switched off. Right, the power will be switched off. So let's start by testing from your supply voltage. Let's test the wires one by one. So my wire, so we'll start with live 1. Test here and here. It beeps, which means this wire is present. Test here and here. It beeps, this wire is present. Test here and here. Let's say it doesn't beep, right? Let's say it doesn't beep. So if this part doesn't beep, it means we have to locate a wire to replace this space, right? But how can we find how can we trace the fault through our board that corresponds with the sketch? So we'll firstly test from where the wire starts, which is this point, and we'll find which point corresponds with it through this board, right? So let's say I test 1, it doesn't beep. 2 doesn't beep. 3 doesn't beep. 4 doesn't beep. 5, let's say it beeps, right? So this is my 5, and then I must find where the wire ends, which is this point. So I'll put it here and test it from here. 1, it doesn't beep. 2 doesn't beep. 3 doesn't beep. 4 doesn't beep. 5 doesn't beep. 6 doesn't beep. 7, and let's say it beeps, right? So which means this point is number 7. So since this wire didn't beep you'll show that the fault is here, and you'll write it's from point number 5 to point number 7. So that's how you have traced your fault. Right, let's test our sketch from the out point of triple circuit breaker. So let's say I test here from where the wire starts to where the wire ends, it beeps. And also, if you can check, our wire bridges to the first point of contactor 2. So right, we test here and here, it beeps, which means this wire is present. But I test here to this point and it doesn't beep. And also test here to this point and it doesn't beep. Which means this wire is absent. So we'll mark it absent. So let's check which point are for this wire. Right, you test from where the life starts to where the life ends through the board. So I'll test from where the wire starts. So I say 1, it doesn't beep, 2, and let's say it beeps, right? Which means this point is number 2. And then where it ends here, it was from this point and this point it was beeping, so we are good. So we'll only test this one and where it ends, because of this connection from here and here, it is absent. So we got this point, so we need to check where it ends. So we put it here and check it from our board. 1 doesn't beep, 2 doesn't beep, 3 doesn't beep, and 4, let's say it beeps, right? Which means this is number 4. So our fault is in point number 2 to point number 4. That is our second fault. Right, let's continue. We test here and here, it beeps. Test here and here, it beeps. Also here and here, it beeps. Right, we test here and here, it beeps. We test here and here, it beeps. And also here and here, it beeps. Right, we are good. So let's test from the out points of contactors. I test here and here, it beeps. I test here and here, it doesn't beep. So we need to check these 2 points. So I'll put it from the first points and go to my board. I see, we test this point and 1 doesn't beep. With 2 doesn't beep. 3 doesn't beep. 4 doesn't beep. 5 doesn't beep. 6 doesn't beep. 7 doesn't beep. 8 and it beeps, right? So this is number 8. So let's check from where the wire ends, which is this point here. Okay, I test 1 doesn't beep. 2, we already have 2, and then 3, and let's say it beeps with 3, right? So this point is number 3. This is our fault, and it's from point number 8 to point number 3. So that is our third fault. We continue with our testing. A test from here to here, it beeps, right? Continue from there. Just here and here, it beeps. 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 Here and here, it doesn't beep. Here and here, it doesn't beep. Here and here, it doesn't beep, right? So we need to find these 3 points because of all of them are not connected. But from the sketch, it shows that they are connected, right? But from the panel, when we test from the panel, it says that all these points are not connected. Right, so we need to find all these 3 points. Test here. I test from 1. Let's say it beeps. So this is number 1. I test here 2, we already have 2. 3, we already have 3. 4, we already have 4. 5, we already have 5. 6, let's say it beeps with 6. So this point is number 6. So we test the last point, this one, and then we continue from 9. 9, let's say it beeps with 9. So this is our number 9. So our fault is from this point to this point here, and also this point to this point here. So our fault is from 1 to 6 to 9. So that is our 4th fault. And then we continue from the output of contactor 2. Here and here it beeps, we are good. But here and here it doesn't beep. Also here and here it doesn't beep. Which means these two, they are good. And then these two, they are not good, right? So we need to test either this point and this point, or either this point or this point, because this one, these 2 points, they act as 1 point, right? Because of its wires are beeping. So either we test this point as this point, or this point as this point. So let's take this one and this one, right? I'll test from here. 10, it doesn't beep. 11, it beeps, right? This is our 11. And we also test here. 12 doesn't beep. 13 doesn't beep. 14, it beeps. So this is 14. So our fault is here, which is from number 11 to number 14. So that is our last fault. So this is how you will trace your this is how you locate your wires, since well you have traced your faults. So your faults are from 5 and 7. So I'll write them down. It's 5 and 7. And then it's 8 and 3. 8 and 3. 2 and 4. 2 and 4. 11 and 4. 11 and 14. 11 and 14. 1, 6 and 9. 1, 6 and 9. Right. So in trace and locate, what is important is your color coding. So when we talk about color coding, where is live 1, you know that is a red wire. Live 2 is a yellow wire, and live 3 is blue wire. And also live 2 is white, is yellow or white wire. And then from live 3 is blue wire. Right. So each and every wire that is connected from live 1 is red, live 2 yellow, white, live 3 blue. Right. So since well we have traced our faults, we will locate them through the board. So it says the fault is from 5 and 7. 5 and 7. So we will locate 5 and 7. In 577 is live 3 from here, so which is blue wire. So you will connect a blue wire from 5 and 7. So which means right now, since well we have located a wire from 5 and 7, when we test from 5 and 7 again, that's when it will beep, because of right now we have located a wire that will replace the wire that was absent. Right, our next fault is 8 and 3. This is number 8 and this is number 3. 8 and 3. And then let's check from 8 and 3, which is this one, the middle wire, which is yellow or white wire. So here you'll insert yellow or white wire, right? So let's check another fault, which is 2 and 4. 2 and 4. But let's check from 2 and 4. It is bridged from life 1, which you will insert a red wire. Right. The fourth fault is 11 and 14. 11 and 14. But let's check 11 and 14. 11 and 14 is a star connection, which is a black wire. So you will insert a black wire from 11 and 14. Right. And also we have another fault, which is 1, 6 and 9. 1, 6 and 9. 1, 6 and 9. They are now connected together. So from 1, 6 and 9, it is a star connection, which is a black wire, neutral wire. And that's how you locate your wires when you have traced your fault through your panel. And that is how you do your trace on locate. You just check where the wire is absent and you locate it with the board that you'll be given that corresponds with the connection through the panel. Right, that is it about trace and locate. I hope you understood it. And please catch us in the next video. Yes, catch us in the next video, whereby we will be continue with our lessons that we've posted in our post. Thank you. Goodbye.